run it, run. No, 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 ay. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do for you. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line for you. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do for you. Nonchalant, wake up feeling like I'm righteous. In my mind, see it grab me with my likeness. Up till 5, no one working like this, I guess. Put in 12-hour shifts while I write this. And I know when the black shit, they showing love. Not everyone a day one, don't lie to me. And they wanna take credit when no credit's due. Say what you want, but it don't bother me. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. Nah, no sirski, baby girl be talking sweet but used to dirt me. Wanna take a few snaps for a story. Wasn't showing no love when we was hurting, it's funny, no sirski. Baby girl be talking sweet but used to dirt me. Wanna take a few snaps for a story. Wasn't showing no love when we was hurting, it's funny, no. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of life. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do for you. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do for you. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do.
Wanna see you with your hands up, going straight to the sky. Let me see you put your hands up. Cause we do till we die and we on another level. To the rest, wave goodbye, put baguettes in the benzo. Got a piece of the pie. Told you once, told you twice, that we only got one life. Stay up, diamond shine, best at night. You wear yours, I'll wear mine. Go dumb tonight, tonight. Dipping low with my girls tonight. Got my ice in the clouds. Cali Dro got me feeling right with my ice in the clouds. Dipping low with my girls tonight. Got my ice in the clouds. Cali Dro got me feeling right. Wanna see you put your hands up, pointing straight to the sun. Everybody lift your bands up. Celebrate cause we won, we stay on another level. Yeah, the team stay fly. Word to Bruno, get your rings up. Cause the limit is the sky. Told you once, told you twice, that we only got one life. Stay up.
this ain't what you want. I've been living at hotels for a month. I don't take any means after lunch. I've been spelling all my sneakers, I don't jump. Me and mine only tryna double up, yeah. Me and mine tryna build, come up front, yeah. Measure twice, cut once, what we on, yeah. Measure twice, cut once, what we on, yeah. I've been reading Proverbs all the work, yeah. And I've been shutting down the stars, yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more, yeah. And I've been reading all the war, yeah. And I've been shutting down the stars, yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more, yeah. And I've been reading all the war, and here I go again. I hope y'all never ever get the chance to win. I'm Westbrook and I'm staring at the rim. Yeah. Does anybody really wanna jump with him? Yeah. I got agents who talk like friends. Yeah. I got friends only wanna talk business. I got expensive cause winning's expensive. I got expensive cause winning's expensive. I've been reading all the war, and I've been shutting down the stars. Yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more. Yeah. And I've been reading all the war, yeah. And I've been shutting down the stars. Yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more, yeah. And I've been reading all the war, yeah. And I've been shutting down the stars, yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more, yeah. And I've been reading all the war, yeah. And I've been shutting down the stars, yeah. Cause when it rains and it pours, yeah. And I'm ready for some more, yeah. And I've been reading all the war, yeah.
On the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Stayed down, remain humble and I made it work. Crazy how I came out so clean from the dirt. We was using candles on the nights the lights ain't work. We ain't never going back to that and that I merged. Turn your back on me, the worst mistake you ever make. Keep my grass cut, gotta watch out for the snakes. If it's on my plate, best believe it's getting eight. I'm ballin' like I'm Kobe 33 before the 8. I just want the rings and the medals and the trophies. I want the Kardashians and Jenner to all know me. I wanna take a Uber to the hills to visit Chloe. I want the floor seats cause I'm tired of the nosebleeds. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. I feel like I'm Scottie Pippen, putting on the work but they don't give me no recognition. Basically the league's MVP but the P is missing. I'm the most valuable but sometimes they tend to forget it. I live my life on the edge but my back against the wall. I make sure my shoes laced cause who gon' catch me if I fall against the odds, but I'ma beat them all. I used to have a lot of friends, I never thought my day one circle be this small, but who needs love if it's fake love? I'm tryna shine like the diamonds on Mike's glove. Get in my way and you gon' feel it just like Mike's glove. I'm tryna go from burnt rugs to the red rugs, that's facts. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Gang, gang. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
Wanna count me out. Next time pick a higher number. Next time you should run for cover. Next time let the
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Alright guys, welcome to Crucial by Micron presents Harsh Khelraay Community Clash. We are in the semi-finals number 2 today, DAHAKA versus SENG Warriors. I have my co-caster Madness with me with the cute looking hat once again. What's up, Madness?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we are back over here. It seems Kaka's also in a different location today. We're doing everything that we can to bring you the action. So Kaka's on a bit of a journey. He's in Delhi right now. I'm in Hyderabad. But we're here to bring you this banger of a second semi-finals that we do have. Whoever does end up winning will be facing Phoenix Gaming there in that grand finals that we do have at the end tomorrow, right? So it's going to be interesting to see which one of these teams, DAHAKA or SENG Warriors, does come on top. SENG Warriors, one of the mainstays in most of our competitions, so I'm expecting big things from them. Like Sixes and Kagura, they have been like very staple in this scenario. He's also pretty good at their macro calling, and I just want to see what DAHAKA boys bring out. They have maybe come under a different banner than before I've seen them play, but I think we'll recognize a lot of the players. That's it.
Yeah, I think just keep mixing and matching the teams is what is happening. But yeah, as we spoke, I mean, you said Kagura, 19 kills, 2 deaths. We were speaking about him in Lens yesterday with the huge KDA coming in. But let's look at the event schedule so far. December 8th to 14th registrations phase, 16 to 21st. That was that is today, single elimination matches, and tomorrow will be the best of 5 grand finals. And yeah, that will be the end as well. Again, it is single elimination, so you make one mistake and you are out of the tournament, so no room for error here. Speaking of prize pool, Madness, 50,000 INR. First place gets 25,000. We did see third place, fourth place, I mean it's the same, right? So yesterday we tried getting the 5,000 for themselves, and whoever wins today will at least lock in 15,000 INR.
Yeah, they definitely will be locking that in, and it's a significant jump, as we did mention yesterday. And they also get to fight against Phoenix Gaming for that 25k, so that's a big jump, and a lot of points there on the leaderboard, the Refluence leaderboard. And as we get into the brackets, we do see how we ended up here. Phoenix Gaming, the only one in this bracket that you can see, have dropped one map against Odyssey, but Odyssey is a very good and well-tried team, so that is pretty standard in that matchup. Yesterday they went 2-0. It was pretty tight in the beginning of both matches yesterday, but honestly towards the end, Phoenix Gaming just showed that they were the better team, at least on that day, and that's why they are right now sitting there. DAHAKA went also 2-0 against Phoenix Hell's Kitchen, while SENG Warriors went 2-0 against Death Reaper, so they are also looking pretty strong in terms of momentum, so can't wait to see what comes up over here. And honestly, given this spec, maybe a 3-game series. Yesterday we also predicted a 3-game series, but yeah, unfortunately we didn't get over the final hurdle of both of those games, and that's why we saw that 2-0. But I'm anticipating big things over here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very close series as well. Both the games, although Phoenix Gaming did end up winning, it was very close. We did see 30-35 minutes games coming in. So that was a very close series. We are expecting the same today. Of course, Phoenix Gaming, just to speak about them a little bit more, they did complete the run towards, through all the Pakistani teams, right? ODIC, and then we tried in quarters and semi-finals. But for sure, they will be facing someone from Bangladesh or what's the other team today? Dhaka is from Bangladesh and
Nepalese.
Nepal, exactly, Nepal. So we don't have any Nepalese teams, right? Just this one, Tyson Waters, and they are always consistently finishing in the top 4, top 5 regions around. I mean, they are 4th in the Rift Rulers leaderboard as well, if I'm not wrong. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to watch as well. So whoever wins will get some sort of points for themselves and climb the ladder. Having said that, we are, I think, ready to jump into the Champs League pretty soon. So we will be starting. And any predictions, madness, we do this. It's a customary. You can call it whatever you want.
Because I know more of the people, like personally a bit more. I've played with a couple of them on the side of Tyson's World, just in like a couple of fun custom games. So I'm going to be a bit more biased in that direction. But even then, also I'll put it at a 2-1 because this is Dhaka's nothing to laugh about. The Bangladeshi teams are pretty good, and Tyson World is the only representatives of the Nepal region, have a lot to show for themselves right here. So they're going to have to prove themselves that way. But jumping directly into the game, you see that TSW have banned out that Scar that didn't meet the banning phase yesterday, even though he's such an important jungler, and I really like this ban from their side.
Yeah, and Darker Than Zed is someone who plays these tanky champions in the jungle, like the Sejuani, like the Zac, the Skarner that has been banned as well. So I think that's a great ban. I think Skarner is still pretty overpowered and still flies under the radar for some reason. Maybe it's because he is quite one-dimensional and quite boring to play as well, if I might say so myself. So that's one thing. The Silas will get banned as well against Envy. The Aphelios against Sixes, we have seen him play it before in the tournament as well. Even in Summoner's Rift, he is pretty proficient at that champion. And Nocturne will follow suit for Dead Eyes.
Yeah, and that is important that Aphelios has to be banned out against it, because he does prefer this champions, as a bit of a surprise compared to the normal meta right now. But now Tyson's Words have banned out their Irelia. That does seem a lot of bans against, of these kind of region teams, the Bangladeshi, the Pakistani teams. A lot of them do favor this champion, so that's out of the window. Now Dhaka have been left open with their last ban. The Nocturne ban that also did come out of them, also not surprising given it is such priority in our region. But now the Swain ban coming out, it's not something that you prioritize maybe even in phase 1, even maybe in phase 2 of banning nowadays, given his recent nerfs or whatever that you want to say out. But maybe they're just worried about how Kagura plays his champion, or if he flexes an APC for himself. There's a lot you can do. It does open a lot of flex kind of roles, but a bit surprising given the current scenario. Now it's open to Tyson Warriors, given that they have the blue side, and now we see another Ezreal first pick. We did see one yesterday as well, and that worked out wonders for Booyah with the way he was keeping his spacing, and now this is what Tyson Warriors have elected for their first pick.
Yeah, I mean, Booyah did really well on that Ezreal. We were questioning it, but then he answered all our questions pretty easily there as well. And the Ashe will be picked up as well for the side of Bol XYZ TV. And let's see how he can pilot that champion. I'm still surprised that the Thresh has been left open against Thresh Senpai. You can see it in his IGN anyway. But the Udyr is going to come out for the side of Darker Dungeon, another champion that he favors very heavily. And the Jarvan, and there you go. I mean, we were speaking about the Thresh. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets logged in right now. But the Jarvan is going to be the answer to that Udyr, who might be running Ghost as well. So I think Cataclysm is a pretty great spell to deny what Udyr can do. The Victor's going to come in as well. We still have the old Victor's thumbnail right there, so that's all right. But he has been changed. He is much more powerful. More shields on his Q. His R is quite broken, honestly. And the Thresh is going to get denied. That is surprising. Twinsy is going to just deny the Thresh off the face of Thresh Senpai. But hey, if anyone's going to know how to play against Thresh, it has to be Thresh Senpai, right?
Yeah, obviously, when you have that in your IGN, you're going to know how to play it well, also how to play against it pretty well. But now, yes, the victor has been left open throughout this first phase of batting, and that's exactly what Taiseng Warriors pick up on, and that's what's insta lock essentially for Kagura. They were hovering the thresh themselves, but maybe thought better to take the victor, and that's what DAHAKA responded with, getting the thresh for themselves. Now, DAHAKA ban out the Cassante, which is a very nuisance champion essentially in the top lane, can create a lot of pressure for himself. Taiseng Warriors instead answer with the Gwen ban. They don't want that in the top side, so that we might be a bit selective in their picks given what they have banned out over here. This opens up opportunities for DAHAKA to counter pick even mid and even top lane at this point, given how Taiseng Warriors have got this field laid out.
Yeah, and it looks like denying Abdo Rising is the game plan for the side of DAHAKA. Just look at the bans as well, Cassante and on. So clearly they don't want to play against these heavy engage or heavy, tanky champions. But there are a lot of tanks that can be still played. The Maokai comes to mind. That has like such a great ultimate, can be very tanky, has the point click route as well for himself. So let's see if that comes in. This should be a top pickup for the side of Grasshopper here, or it could be the mid pick actually for Envy, since the victor has been shown. So expect a Syndra or Echo. It looks like that's going to come in for the side of DAHAKA. I mean, if Kagura just puts like 1 or 2, 3 points on his queue, I think this matchup should be pretty easy for him. So I really don't like the Echo pickup. Does not really go well with what they have drafted so far. A control mage would have been much better. Something like Orianna, Syndra, something like that. Just controlling the zone and having a great laning phase against the victor. But that's the choice for them. The Renata is going to come in for the side of Thresh Senpai. That seems to be the answer, and I really like that pickup. The Renata ultimate we have seen in the previous tournaments and matches as well, how game-changing that single spell can be. So, plus we don't see a lot of Renata in our scene anyway, so it's really good to see that someone wants to pilot that champion.
Yeah, this is what Harsh Khelraay has picked up for himself. He will be pretty versatile, and I'm already liking the comp of Taiseng Warriors. They round that off with the Malphite. We will do so much on that, not that much mobile Ashe that they do have as an ADC on the side of DAHAKA. So that's going to provide a lot of opportunities. This Malphite is going to come up huge, even if he doesn't win his laning phase. So that's what they're going for. And now it looks like DAHAKA, for their choice, are counter picking with a Mord as their last pick, which they do get as being the red side. So we have both sides locked in over here, and I'm honestly favoring the side of Taiseng Warriors, at least comp wise right now.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you. I think there's a lot of AP damage coming in for the side of DAHAKA right there. In the Mordekaiser, even the Yuda deals quite a lot of AP damage if DAHAKA then decides to go into that Liandry's route. Of course, the Echo we don't need to speak too much about when it comes to the AP damage that he has in his kit. And the Malphite can just, if he can get to the backline, finish off the Ashe, I don't think he will be too concerned about who is hitting him later on. And in terms of the damage that comes in late game, the victor is just going to be such a nuisance as well when he gets those 2 items, Blackfire Torch and Liandry is just destroying in these team fights. So I agree with you, Taiseng Warriors do look like they have gotten themselves a pretty favorable draft, but it all comes down to how they execute it in the game. Still, I think the champion to watch for me at least is the Renata. Can be such a devastating champion to play against if you can get 1 or 2 ultimates spot on. So that is going to be pretty fun to watch. And yeah, the comps have been logged in the semi-final number 2. Again, no room for mistakes for these guys. You lose 2 games, you are out of the tournament. Such is the nature of semi-finals and single elimination. So good luck to both these teams. Whoever wins, however, is going to at least lock in, as we spoke about earlier, 15,000 rupees and a chance to win the 25,000 prize pool. That is essentially 50% of the prize pool against Phoenix Gaming, who are looking really damn strong.
Yeah, and I think one person who does, or one team that does have their mind on this matchup is Phoenix Gaming as well. They're going to be watching this very closely to see any kind of exploits they can use on for tomorrow, depending on whichever team does win out. But yeah, Taiseng Warriors definitely looking a bit better on paper, at least, especially with the Renata. You have the Victor, you have the Jarv, and you can lock up so many people. That Ashe is going to be having nightmares if she's down summoner spells. There's not much you can do in that scenario. And now this Echo pick, given that you already know you have the Victor and he has a bit more, range on you, especially as Kaka did point, he put some more points into that queue. It's a lot to deal with, especially in the laning phase. And later on, you don't have that much CC unless you land a very good W at the end of the day. Now, Dragons are very well versed on the Udyr, but at the point that they don't have that much CC, you do have the Ashe, Arrow, and Thresh with you. But if you don't land the Arrow, the Tyson Warriors will just jump at you, and this Ashe has to be so worried and has to be being so careful. And I don't think Sixes will be giving up many opportunities, especially given how mobile his own champion, the Ezreal, that's the first pick of Tyson Warriors, is. He, with just his Arcane Shift, gets out of so many tricky kind of scenarios. So that's all that we will be talking about on paper, and it just depends on how they're going to match it up in lane. We've seen so many times the Malphite even goes down in the top lane matchup, but it just comes up huge later on the team fight, and I think that's what Tyson Warriors are going for at this point. And Mord will have to have his pick of the litter of who's going to choose to take away into his own realm in ultimates in team fights.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, if you do want to participate in such tournaments, that Crucial by Micron keeps presenting along with the TEC, well, the Esports Club. So join the channel in the Discord server, LOL-INSA. The links are in description. We do have one more giveaway going on. All you need to do is join the channel, click on the reaction role, invite 3 new members, and tag them in the format that has been provided on the Discord. So do that, and you might just end up winning a lot of RP for yourself. Spoiler there. So don't waste any time. Do that. If you are someone who is new to the game, we have a lot of new players in the community and old players teaching these new players how to play the game. So do not shy away from asking for any help. Do follow our socials as well, and to participate, again, you have to join the Discord channel, so do that as well. We have a lot of tournaments coming up in the future as well, and we have had a lot of tournaments in the last 6 months, as Madness and I clearly know about. This is again semi-final number 2 of the Harsh Khelraay Community Clash, and it is going to start pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited. Again, we always say this, the game 1 is the most crucial game to watch. That is where the adaptations happen. That is where the teams can sort of experiment. But again, in single elimination, they don't have too much opportunity to mess around and try different comps or champions. So it's always very interesting, and it will tell us the story of the whole series as well that's going to come after this game 1.
Yeah, definitely. Given that this is single elimination, you don't have much wiggle room even for experimentation. You do, the only bite you do have is that game 1 where you can actually do something before, because when game 2 is where it gets more into the serious kind of mode where you know exactly what the other team is going for, at least on that day, what kind of game plan they're going for. You go for more targeted bans, you go for more targeted picks essentially over here, and you most likely won't see another like Ezreal first pick. You're doing this right now to see how the comp goes out, and it's working out given how you have a very mobile ADC on one side, Tyson Warrior side, and DAHAKA doesn't have that mobile of an ADC on that side, right? So once the Ashes sums are down, she's going to be so easy to catch out with. You have a Jarvan, you have a Malphite, you have a Victor who locks up the ultimate keeps on spreading. There's going to be a lot, and DAHAKA has talked about this time and time again. If that Victor is left open, why not just pick it given his buffs right now? This champ is very, very overpowered right now, especially in the scene. So yeah, we've not seen it used to full perfection, at least in this tournament, but I cannot wait to see more of it right now, and we're going to be seeing that right there in the hands of Tyson Warrior. And let's just see what the boys from Nepal can do against the boys from Bangladesh. It's a battle, a bit of nations and a bit of pride as well at the end of the day, with that money and that jump up in the tournament rankings.
Yeah, and without wasting any time, we are going to jump into this all-important game 1 of semi-final number 2. DAHAKA versus Tyson Warriors. Here we go. Just looking at the Rune Summoner, Aerie on the side of Kagura. I really like that you are playing against a melee champion. Why not just pick up the Aerie and harass him a little bit? Darker than Z is just going to get spotted. Place his ward of his own as well right there to spot the Jarvan out. Speaking of the runes, Darker than Z looks like he's running the Arcane Comet, which is very interesting. You would like to see something like the Phase Rush or something else coming in. I'm not too sure if that's intentional, but I'm not going to doubt the guy who does play a lot of Udyr. And Envy on the Echo is running Hail of Blade, so everything else is just pretty standard. Any word on the Arcane Comet, Madness?
Yeah, a bit interesting, but let this man cook a bit. It is their first game. Maybe he's understanding it based on their comps. Neither of us are that well versed in the topics of Uli, but Envy is going pretty strong over here. Does get some damage, but Kagura on the way back has been getting some pot shots off against on Envy. Now Envy has come off very worse for their trade over there. On the top side, you see the Malphite already starting that queue against the Mordekaiser gets it off. Mord has his Conqueror, pretty standard as Kaka said everywhere else. In the bot side, the Ezreal does have his Conqueror, so we'll be stacking that up hugely in team fights, and they are trying to get as much pressure that they can. Now, you do have someone called Thresh Senpai on this map as well, against a Thresh on the opponent team. So I'm going to be saying that he's going to be guiding a lot about this bot lane, how to go. They hit the level 2 first on the side of Tyson, whereas they have got Root and the pullback onto the Ash. He has to flash away, burns the barrier as well, and that's just about lets the ADC of DAHAKA live on in that fight, and he has to channel his recall. So very good start for Tyson Warriors there on the bot side.
Yeah, 100%. And Daka just getting caught off guard by that level 2. I'm not sure what happened there. But Thresh Senpai connecting his route. The pullback comes in. The Ashe has to burn her barrier, her flash, loses out a lot of minions as well. As you can see, that cannon minion and a hell lot of caster minions are there as well in the wave. So he might be able to catch most of it, but still, it's a big loss. 10 CS behind already at about 3 minutes. Six is doing what he can to take a plate for himself. There you go. He is going to get it. So that's a lot of advantage that Tyson Warriors have gotten for themselves. And you can see in the mid lane as well, Kagura just trading heavily. And just, I mean, this is not a trade, right? This is just murder in the mid lane.
Yep.
He is just taking out Echo's HP at will right now. Has the wave as well for himself, is up in CS as well. So Tyson Warriors winning out in all 3 lanes, it looks like right now. And the Jarvan is going to come in towards that bot side of the map as well. Remember, the Ashe does not have any summoner spells. And
Flash
that
forward by
is
Thresh
a
Senpai.
dead Ashe 100%.
They're
Right?
nice.
That's a double
Flag and
knockout.
drag. That is the Ash is gone as well. So, Thresh doesn't flash. Is being forced to burn.
Ah,
It does
beautiful.
the pull in, but goes down at the end of the day. 1 kill picked up for the jungler, the first blood for the Jarvan, and another kill picked up by Sixes. And this is the dream start that Tyson Warriors were hoping for with this comp. Nice flash forward by the Renata. Catches out the Ash. Not worried about the Jarvan maybe coming out from around the side. Because Jarvan gets his full clear, comes here, picks up his own kill now. Looks like the Udyr is trying to match it towards the top side and try to get something, but the Malphite's already back. Udyr can only pick up the scuttle essentially, and now Envy is getting honestly bullied in this mid lane with this range that Kagura has on.
Yeah, Envy has already recalled and gotten himself the Dark Seal, the refillable potion as well, and now he is still taking a lot of damage. So Kagura feeling really nice in this mid lane so far, but we have to speak about what happened down in the bottom lane. Never mind, Envy is going to look for a trade, gets a huge burst onto Kagura, but once he clears this wave, he will be resetting. So I think he is still fine. But yeah, in the bot lane, realizing the Ashe did not have her flash up, Twinsy as well ends up dying. The big flag and drag came in, and that was honestly a beautiful play coming out from the side of Tyson Warriors, who are right now 1.2k gold ahead. Most of it sits on the Ezreal, who did get the kill and assist for himself, has the Sheen, has the tier, so that is the perfect back that you can hope for on an Ezreal, and has the wave coming in as well. So Tyson Warriors just feeling really good so far.
Yeah, and they're having the field day with themselves, are up around 1.2k in gold. At the end of it, the Thresh does exactly Flash trying to get out something, but Sixes and Kagura are very, Sixes and Thresh are very, very aware of what's going to be done. The Chemtech Drake is coming up as the first Drake of the map, has already spawned. Both junglers here in the bottom side of the map. The Jarvan is closer by, but there, look, the lands that come onto the Thresh, the hook's not even landing. And this is where Sixes and Thresh Empire are trying to look to run away with it. They're trying to push the Ashe and Thresh so far away from their way they might even not get the XP at the end of the day. The Sixes already up a 13 CS on his counterpart, the Ashe, and he's enjoying all 3 lanes essentially, as very rightly so pointed out by Kaka before. I have been pushing it very in, and this gives prior in bot and top side. And who gets the advantage of this is the Jarvan, who's already looking to pick up that first Drake for himself and probably will try to walk over and get the grubs as well.
Yeah, and we spoke about in Champ Select as well. It's a lot of AP damage coming again. Darker than Zed does pick the Fated Ashes for himself, as in the top side, Grasshopper is going to use his Death Realm, but the Malphite just ults out of there. The Echo is going 3 versus 1. Might have to burn his ultimate for this. I'm not sure if that
Out
was
of this
the
side, the
play. Has to
flash gets
flash out
burned
as
well.
well. I'm not sure what Envy was thinking right there. Could never kill anyone, so I think that was a huge misplay and might end up costing his team the Void Grubs as well, all 3 of them. That has been started from the side of Dead Eyes, who has picked one up, is going to use his flag and drag, but nothing happening so far. Darker than Z starting, well, taking the aggro of these Void Grubs, might be able to pick, never
Ooh,
mind.
gets one more, and now there's Darker than Z going down in that exchange. Excellent timing coming to the Tyson Warriors. They had
Beautiful
complete
play.
vision. They were looking over, and even Six's his ultimate was coming right behind it as well. So very well played by the side of Tyson Warriors. Not a kill even in the hands of Abdo Rising. He early on had used his ultimate to run out of the ult realm of the Mordekaiser of Grasshopper, so he gets out of that, is open here, and the Thresh is still lagging behind in terms of tempo, because he was very late to this scenario of the Grubs over there. The Renata was already there, well present, was showing her presence very well. The Thresh just not there in time, and as I was talking about, that's Tyson Warrior picking up both of the first jungle Drake, the first Drake, which is the Chemtech Drake, as well as the first 3 Void Grubs in well within 8 minutes of this map.
Yeah, and that should have never happened. I think Darker Than Z should have been present at 6 minutes towards those Void Grubs to pick them up. Instead, was farming his jungle, so I think the timing wasn't really great there. The tempo was really poor from his side, and they pay for it. Darker Than Z ends up dying. And yeah, all 3 Void Grubs picked up for the side of Tyson Warriors. Again, 2,000, almost 2,000 gold ahead. Already with I would like to say, a scaling comp as well, and it's really down to the side of Dead Eyes, who has been so far very relevant in this matchup. 1-0 and 200% kill participation as the Malphite is looking towards that mid side, but Echo is going to ult in. I'm not sure if that was the decision right there.
Ooh,
Is
the
able
E
to
away
dodge.
from the Echo, gets away from the
but
Malphite,
the
but
Jarvan's
here's
here
the
as well.
flag and trap. The Dead Eyes that Kaka was talking about allows Kagura to pick up 1 kill for himself. But look at the bot side, the hook doesn't land, but I don't think you want any of this smoke here, bot lane of Dahaka. There's not much you can do. Now Envy doesn't have his ultimate, doesn't have mana, does have the E to get out, but
Should
he's
end up dying
burning
here.
down as well.
There
Does
you
die
go.
to the last auto of Dead Eyes. Just walks up, smacks him down over there, picks up his second kill, and oh my god, Tyson Warriors with absolutely the fantastic dream start that they were hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a demolition job from the side of Dead Eyes. Look here, I mean, the Echo comes in, uses his E to dodge out of the ultimate, but still ends up dying. As in picture, we just saw the bot lane as well getting killed right there, 2 versus 2, and Dead Eyes is still fighting the Udyr. Talking about the replay here again, and we just disrespecting that the J4 could be around. J4 uses the flash and drag, Cataclysm finishes off with the auto attack, and that is going to be 5 out of 7 kill participation for that Jarvan. 2v2 kills coming in towards that bot side of the map as well. As we can see, Sixes has already completed his Triforce at 10 minutes. That's a very fed Ezreal as well, 2-0 and 2. And so far, it has been great for the side of Tyson Warriors. Just not dying at all. Look at that. Again, dodges out on that gank is Kagura, who is someone who does not die a lot. We have spoken about it as well. And yeah, I mean, this is looking very favorable for the side of Tyson Warriors so far.
Yeah, 7-0 up in kills, have the first Drake, have the first 3 Grubs, are trying to pressure this mid turret right now. The hook does land onto the Renata, but not much follow-up even after the play from the Thresh. He's the one who has to walk away from this chase, even worse that much for health. Talking about the gold difference as well, Tyson up quite a bunch of gold, around 3.4 in their favor, so they are enjoying that 3.4k gold lead. Now the second Grubs and Drake will also be spawning near about the same amount of time, so now is where you try to prioritize what you can. But look at this, Darker Than Z has come top side. Malphite does have ultimate, does have flash if he wants. Yeah, he can flash and ult away, and even after this the Mord has ulted and now he has to back out, can't even walk up that much. The Malphite just going in over here. That's because the Jarvan is close by. The flying drag does land onto the Mordekaiser, plus the Cataclysm from the jar. Mordekaiser does flash out of it. The Ezreal ult comes from down, gives enough damage for the Udyr to go down. Thresh Senpai is not done, but he's walked up very dangerous. With the heal just about surviving, maybe the last auto, and he does go
Oh,
down
no.
to an execute over there. A bit of a miscalculation for the support of Tyson Warriors.
Yeah, but as long as you don't give any gold away, I think it's fine, right? So Thresh Senpai not giving any gold away does get the execute onto himself. I thought he survived, but the minions had other ideas. And I think that was just, again, miscommunication from the side of DAHAKA, as the Death Realm was used while the Udyr was still around. So, Abdo Rising could just, in isolation, survive against the lone grasshopper on that Mordekaiser, and then Ult's in Dead Eyes is there to finish off the kill. Onto Darker the Z Grasshopper, barely surviving with a sliver of HP for himself as well. And just Tyson Warriors just looking really good, proactive throughout. They are the ones who are making these plays, and they have been just phenomenal so far. I mean, look at the goal lead as well. It's almost 5,000 at 11 minutes. And DAHAKA have been just I'm not sure, they are not reacting at all. They have been caught out far too many times, and they are shell shocked right now.
Yeah, and they've been on the back foot since that level 3 or level 2 gank on the bot side. Once that Ash had already burned the flash against the Ezreal and the Renata after the side of Tyson's bot did play it so well over there. And they just haven't seemed to recover either in terms of juggling victories or kills. Now the grubs are up, the pings are coming in. Renata is not close for the challenge, and it looks like DAHAKA will be starting that up and will be safely securing all three of the second for the grubs. But no, it's because Tyson have already taken one of them. They have 4 to their name, so they already have that added buff in their favor, so they don't worry about DAHAKA picking up the other two. The Jarvan's already on his way towards that Drake side where the bot has complete prior. Look at that CS difference between the Ezreal and the Ashe, around 40 CS in their favor. They might even be getting the first start at the back of this. The Victor is steeping the mid lane because he knows that he will be having to come up for this fight near the Drake.
Yeah, I think DAHAKA wants to contest this dragon for some reason. Let's see if they still linger around towards that river. As Thresh Senpai gets hooked, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. She has the bailout for herself. Is going to not even use that so far. The flash comes in from the side of Envy, and I think that was a mistake as well. Is going to ult away, but might end up dying. There you go. Double kill picked up from the side of Sixes. A flash burn from the Echo to get the kill onto Thresh Senpai, but that was not worth at all, as the dragon was taken from the side of the Tyson Warriors as well. And I mean, again, every time these guys fight, I'm not even sure why DAHAKA would try to contest that, but they did, and they found out quickly that it was not the fight that they were looking for. And look at the items as well coming in towards the top side. The Malphite has so much magic res. I mean, look at the items from Jarvan right now. Has the Ruby Crystal, has the Null Magic Mantle as well for himself. So a lot of magic res coming in. Even the Victor is going to pick up another Null Magic Mantle. And that's what we spoke about as well. 3 AP champions. If the Ashe is behind, you can just itemize against that so effectively. And now DAHAKA, I don't think there's any way for them to come back into the game. And that's really the story of the game at 14 minutes. That's too early to say that the game is done, but it looks like it is.
Yeah, and Tyson Warriors, once they got the lead, have been putting the pedal to the metal, but hold that thought. Nice Malphite out onto the Mord over. He doesn't have his flash up right now. Has to run away from the big rock.
Yeah,
the hook does land onto the Ezreal, and that's the Thresh going down. The Victor is surviving over here, and the Udyr cannot catch him right there. The ultimate is there around himself. Onto the Udyr side, but now it looks to the top side. The Malphite has fallen behind. The Ezreal ultimate just going a bit too wide over there, not creating much of a difference in the top side. The Mord is the only one significantly up in CS on the side of the red side, and now it looks like Sixes and Thresh Empire here to counter that Udyr, and it's the Ezreal pick up the entire solo goal for himself essentially in that scenario, and that causes the Thresh to run away. And this is Tyson Warriors just running rampant over here. Not much you can do. The hook going completely wide from the thresh of the Haka, not even close to the mark, and there's just no answers essentially in this scenario. Kagura is getting jumped on by Envy. Envy having to be forced to use his ultimate to get out of it. Kagura had used his own ultimate. It's a very smart move from the mid laner of the Haka to get out of the exchange. But just look at the difference right now in gold. 4.9k in favor of Taising Warriors. 12 kills to 1. 1 turret to 0, 4 grubs to 2, as well as
Oh
2
my
takes the
god.
flash hook by Thresh going like a goal between 2 goal posts. But here's Darker than Z as well. Sixes is doing a bunch of damage, but there's just not enough maybe to catch
Has
him.
the
But
bailout
no,
as
being
well,
that
just full that
said,
shot.
the Udyr and the Thresh go down, and so does
Yeah.
the Ashe in that exchange. That's a triple kill for the ADC of Taising Warriors.
Yeah, and that was in a 2 versus 3 as well. Let's get a replay of that. Again, Daka just keeps on trying to force these plays that have not worked so far. The flash in from the Thresh misses his hook completely. And look at the peel coming out from the side of Thresh Senpai. Again, connects a beautiful ultimate onto the Ashe and Thresh, so they are busy. Meanwhile, Darker Than Z takes a lot of damage. The arrow will connect onto the Renata, so she is fine as well. Uses the locket to give the shield to Sixes, and then the bailout comes in as well in the last possible second. And the flash from the Ashe is not going to do anything for her, as it's going to be a triple kill for the side of Sixes, who is now 10-0-3 with a 700 gold shutdown bounty at 16 minutes, 150 CS, has the mana mune completed, is going to stack it up to Muramana pretty soon. Has the last whisper as well for himself along with the Triforce, so that's a very scary
The
first pick.
flashless Ashe
Ezreal.
at this point is
She's
got
dead.
out by the
She's dead.
Renata. She is completely dead, and this Ashe is not having a fun time since pretty much level 1. Only has the Kraken to the 2 items completed of the Ezreal, plus he has the last whisper. Now with the Rift Herald pressure in the mid lane, Taising Warriors get a couple of turrets to themselves. There are 3 turrets up to the 2 of Daka, where Daka picked up the top tier 1 and the mid tier 1, but oh my god, you don't want to be Daka in this scenario. That Echo, ultimate just leading to the path of where Envy is currently. He does not have his flash right now, has to E to get out of the exchange. If the Jarvan does choose to go in on him, it could be deadly, but no, they choose to back out, given that the Drake is coming up in 30 seconds time, and that's where you want most of your fights to be originating around. This deep red ward will be spotting out most members of Taising Warriors over here. The Malphite will continue pushing topside, even though he doesn't have his TP, as well as the Mord. So that matchup over there in the top side does neutralize the numbers advantage on both sides. Is pretty equal in that way. But right now, Daka are no chance in any way comfortable to take even a 4v4 against Taising Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, they have no chance at all in this game. And I know it is very early to say that, but 17-1 in kills, 8,000 gold lead as well, 6,000, my bad. The unstoppable force is going to come out. The Malphite will get arrowed, but he's just so damn tanky. I don't know how long is it going to take to finish that guy off. He's still surviving, finally dies, but again, Dhaka have nothing to take take back except for some gold for themselves. That was a 4-man play coming in. The dragon is being picked up. The tier 2 turret in the bottom side is going to go down as well. So even when they do get a kill, it's not going to help them at all. Okay, they are going to push that T2 turret, so that might be some gold for the side of Dhaka, but they are losing out quite a lot on the sides as well. Kagura using his ultimate onto Envy right there, who is going to burn his own ultimate, might end up dying here. Jumps onto Thresh Senpai, who is going to use his ultimate. There you go, the Echo ends up dying. Envy again just being so aggressive, has to burn his flash, has to burn his ultimate, and still pays for it with his life. And Kagura goes on a killing spree as the Udyr is going to get caught. And I don't think he can escape as well. Has to burn his flash to get out of a very sticky situation right there. And just look at the items, man. There's so much MR coming out from the side of Tyson Warriors, and it is going to be, again, really hard if it's a 5v5. As Twinsy is going to get caught and he's going to die to Sixes, as Sixes again goes legendary, 11-0-4 on that Ezreal, putting in the MVP performance along with his bot lane partner, Thresh Senpai.
Yeah, and Dahaka's bot on the other hand are 1 and 9 combined right now. are not doing that good for themselves since level 1 and Dicing Warriors, even after all those fights. DAHAKA did pick up the tier 2 in the top side, but loses to tier 2 in the bottom side. But let's hold that thought. Malphite is getting caught out. He doesn't have many friends nearby. The TP coming
The
in
TP
from
is
the
coming
Victor,
in.
but Ash is here as well. And it looks like DAHAKA trying to back out. But the Malphite ultimate does land on 2 members. The SG ultimate follows up. So many low HP bars on the side of DAHAKA. Darker than Zed just going towards his death essentially. They don't give Sixes another kill. The man is already so fed, but he does pick up the kill right there for
Yeah.
himself, and it looks like DAHAKA's on the running. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange right now.
But that's
this
going to be
looks-
barren.
Yeah, that's
for the
bad because
side
given
of
that the
Tyson.
jungler of DAHAKA are down right now, and Tyson Warriors are so far ahead, they have no contention in their mind that this Baron can go any other way. Kagura just trying to, zone out a bit of the Thresh, because Thresh will get some vision, but the Hawk Shot from Ash gets that anyway. But what can you do? You can't, there's not even any steal potential, essentially, especially since Deadeyes does have his smite. He does smite that down, picks up the Baron for themselves, and Dicing Warriors just running away with their goal, their kill, their objective leaves right here in game 1 of the second semifinals.
Yeah, I think this game is as good as done right here, as Envy is taking a lot of damage, does not have his ultimates, but the flash is going to come out from the side of Abdo Rising. He is going to chase this Echo right there. The Q should be coming in pretty soon. Envy could have used his ultimate. I think he got that in time, but I think he would have ended up dying regardless. So, well, that happened. Spirit Visage picked up by the Jarvan as well as Koenig Rukan for the side of Malphite. These boys are not going to die. Banshee's Veil completed for the victor. And this has been a very one-sided affair. Cleanse used out from Sixes right there just to be safe. Again, he is so far ahead, so I don't think he should be looking to take any risks anyway.
Yeah, there's no need for him to take any risks at all in this scenario, given how far his team is. Burns the cleanse bit basically for fun at that point. They're gonna get the tier 3 in the mid lane. They're working on the inhib. They'll definitely get that without any contention. But it looks like DAHAKA are trying to maybe do something over here. They are jumping onto the members of Tyson Warrior, but this is a counter for them themselves. The Malphite ultimate into the Jarvan ultimate as well, and now DAHAKA are the ones on the back foot. Grasshopper has channeled his ultimate onto Deadeyes, but just not enough damage to complete him in his own ultimate realm. He does pull them in, has the shield to provide himself, but there's
I think
so
that
much
should be
damage
game.
coming out. Now Tyson Warriors pick up the kill. Envy's trying to get something off the back foot, but he goes down. He does pick up 6s before his own death, and now it looks like Tyson Warriors are just going to try and march this all the way into the Nexus. The death timers are pretty relative on the side of the Ash and the Thresh, but there's just too many members for them to face once they come up. The Ash arrow does land onto the Malphite. That's an instant shutdown onto him. The hook lands there onto the Victor, but now you don't want to mess with this guy. He is also pretty fed as well, and this looks like it's GG for game 1 of second semifinals, going in the favor of Tyson Warriors over DAHAKA.
Yeah, 27-5. Look at the goal lead as well, almost 10,000 at 22 minutes. That was a spanking and then some from the side of Tyson Warriors, not making it look close at all. What a display from them, honestly. That was the most one-sided game I think I have casted in any of these tournaments so far, and congratulations Tyson Warriors taking that game 1 away from DAHAKA.
Yeah, they definitely take that away, and in a very astounding fashion for themselves with the way they played, especially that bot lane. This is level 1 creating so much pressure.
And Deadeyes.
Renata and Deadeyes. Yeah, you are not wrong at all. Deadeyes with that essential gang that gave them that level 1 kill or level 2 kill essentially, but they did a lot of work burning that flash, set up the gang beautifully. But Deadeyes gets that. He continues to go for more after that. That's not where he stops. He picks up the first drake, goes challenges where the grubs go down. Excellent engage when Darker Than Zed was on that second grub. They picked up one. They waited for him to go for the second, where it was just about time. They didn't think that the members of Tyson were around. But Deadeyes just goes in, takes that grub away. Darker Than Zed gets melted away. His HP bar is no more. They pick up that kill, and it just from there it just snowballs out of control. The Malphite combo ult with the Deadeyes ult, the Jarvan ult is just too much. Especially this Ash, who was just not much in this scenario. His other members were mostly AP. You build a lot of MR on the side of Tyson Warriors, and there is not much you can do as DAHAKA. So maybe have to rethink this game plan going into game 2.
Yeah, and the draft as well, honestly. The Mordecai is the last pick. looks good in isolation against the Malphite, but he could not get any solo kills and could not really extend his lead as well. So Grasshopper might be looking to change that champion. And again, a lot of AP champions drafted for the side of DAHAKA, and if you don't get ahead, that's exactly what happens. The Ashe paid for her mistakes down in the bottom lane, and then they could not deal any damage. But let's look at the crucial moments and where Tyson Warriors essentially won the game. And I think I can go as early as this right here at 3 minutes 38 seconds. I think the game was done here.
Yeah, it does look pretty done at that point where you get two kills, one onto Deadeyes, one onto Kagura. Oh, sorry, on 1 to 6. Just well played from them. So a lot of questionable, engages from Envy as well when he didn't think that he had the majority of those fights in his hand. He did burn a flash early on after this exchange, but Deadeyes is always there at the right time, at the right place for his team. Here, a bit of a trivial kind of, contest from the side of DAHAKA, because I don't think you honestly go for it at this point. There's not much you can do given the status of Tyson Warriors. Envy burning a flash engage going onto the support, onto Thresh Senpai over there, definitely not worth in his favor. And yes, honestly, you pick up the Mordekaiser to maybe get some more pride on the top side, but he couldn't get any solo kills, as Kaka rightly pointed out. Not much you can do. And this is one of the points where you realize on the side of DAHAKA, what can we more do? We're a 3v2 scenario. We've landed pretty much everything. Thresh Senpai is blocking a lot. The bailout's there as well, and that's where the Sixes picks up 3 kills back to back to back, and he's just enjoying life. Had a phenomenal performance on this champion. Was a first pick, mind you, from the side of Tyson Warriors. And as yesterday, Booya's performance, you see another great performance as usual, albeit better, is said, in this scenario where he was the majority of the kills on his side. But take that nothing away from the rest of his team. They have played superbly with great chemistry, and they have just not let their pedal off the metal at all. They just kept on pushing, and there was almost no slip-ups that I can even recall in this game.
Yeah, and I think it might be too early to say this, but if Tyson Warriors do end up winning this series, that Ezreal first pick for both the sides, Phoenix Gaming and Tyson Warriors, that is going to be something to watch as well, as this was just so one-sided throughout. I mean, look at the kill score as well, 23-3. I believe this was the last team fight of the game as well, and that was at 22 minutes. So I think we are rightly singing Tyson Warriors praises, as they were just putting on the display of a lifetime for themselves. And yeah, look at the scoreboard, 48.7k to 38.4. That's more than 10,000 goal at 23 minutes. That is very one-sided. 9 turrets to 3, all dragons for the side of Tyson Warriors, 1 Baron, 1 Rift Herald, Void Grubs as well, 4 picked up for the side of Tyson Warriors. So this was just a whitewash, and it was very one-sided. And look at the KD, 27-6, right? No, it was actually 5. The Renata executed herself towards that top side of the map, so that's a bit deceiving as well. And just a champion's display coming out from the side of Tyson Warriors.
Yeah, they're showing you why they are forced to be reckoned with in our scene, and very good to see them coming up so good in this matchup. 23 minutes 25 seconds of just a statement coming out from the side. With that being said, let's look at the crucial MVP for this game, and it has to be that other statement over here with that Ezreal. It has to be Sixes on this mobile champion. 14-1-7, just played out of his mind. Had a lot of
look at the damage that he has dealt per
lot
minute.
Of damage. That's
I think that's the highest.
1352 damage per minute. That's
Yes.
just incredible numbers coming out from his side. Also, Kagura, I don't think Kagura also died this time, so that just adds up to his tally in those top 5 summoner rifts where he got those kills, and his deaths are still at that 2 number. So just incredible performances coming out by the members of the side. But Sixes, yes, especially with the backup that his team did provide, did phenomenal in this champion. And maybe this is something that, the side of DAHAKA are looking to ban towards the next game, and maybe that also comes in the game plan.
I mean, that 1352 damage per minute in a 23-minute game, that's absurd. And we'll be keeping an eye on the KDs, as you said correctly, right? The top 5 summoners as well. After a very short break, game 1 Tyson Warriors, and they have come to play today. And if DAHAKA is going to come back, I think it's going to take a monumental effort. Stick around, guys. We will see you pretty soon in game 2. Don't go anywhere.
Whispers, listen close. know you've never strayed from the fold, but that's how freedom begins. Bended knees and broken bones, a bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Burn your bridges, make your choice. Fight your demons, raise your voice. They're only silent if we're making noise. So let the battle begin. Bended knees and broken bones, a bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Yeah, I was undercover, wrote me off like the others, but I had secrets inside. You didn't pay attention, like an experiment, no, you're gonna pay for your crimes. I'll change your perspective, I'll teach you a lesson. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Trying to take me down. Lost but now found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. I'll make it my mission. Oh yeah, I'll have you wishing you could go back in time to never test my limits. Nothing you say will fix it. I'm too out of my mind. You're riding high, but I've got you this time. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Trying to take me down. Lost but now found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. Got
mic time is too precious to measure. Say it till they can hear it in the bag, making sure the message doesn't disappear. We don't need fake love to relate us in and out the other ear. I don't make time for nothing but the work and the cheers. I'm making a good life that'll last me. I'm just clearing the air.
Hey, run it, run it, run. No, 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 no. Hey. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right. All the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right. All the things I do. Nonchalant, wake up feeling like I'm righteous. In my mind, see it grab me with my likeness. Up till 5, no one working like this, I guess. Put in 12-hour shifts while I write this. And I know when the black shit, they showing love. Not everyone a day one, don't lie to me. And they wanna take credit when no credit's due. Say what you want, but it don't bother me. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of love. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. Nah, no Sersky, baby girl be talking sweet but used to dirt me. Wanna take a few snaps for a story. Wasn't showing no love when we was hurting, it's funny, no, nah, no Sersky, baby girl be talking sweet but used to dirt me. Wanna take a few snaps for a story. Wasn't showing no love when we was hurting, it's funny, no. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of line. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do. I've been running out of time, think I need to rewind, feeling out of love. I put everything aside, hoping that I make it right, all the things I do.
Guys, welcome back to Crucial by Micron presents Harsh Khelraay Community Clash. We are in the second semi-finals over here between DAHAKA and Taiseng Warriors, and it was a blowout in game 1 where Taiseng Warriors took the dominating lead since that early gank they had in the bot lane, and they are looking to stomp their way to a 2-0 at this point. And I just want to see what DAHAKA answer back with over here, Gaga.
Yeah, that was very, very one-sided, and I think we should expect more of the same from the side of Taiseng Warriors coming in. I think they have, in this tournament at least, the best mid laner and the best bot laner, and I think we have seen that so far as well, right? Kagura just playing so well on the Victor that we just kept on talking about in the previous matches as well, and then 6 is on that Ezreal in the AD carry role. 1352 damage per minute is just a joke. So I think that was really well played from his side as well. And without further ado, we will be jumping into game 2 pick and ban champ select right now, and let's see if there is any adaptation from the side of DAHAKA, as they have picked the red side for this game too, and they were in the red side in the last game as well. Taiseng Warriors, just I don't think they need to change too much, are going to ban out the Skarner once again.
Yeah, and even though DAHAKA had red side in first one, that Mordekaiser pick that they did go for as their counter did not work out the way they wanted. Even the the Echo pick did not match up to what Kagura had, because they already knew that Kagura was playing the Victor at that point, and that just did not go in their favor. Tyson Warriors going with their standard of game one with the Skarn and the Silas, DAHAKA following up with their Aphelios and the Swain, as well as what they did in game one. So yet till now in this ban phase, not much adaptation coming from their side. Tyson Warriors will be banning out the Irelia, the third ban that they had done as well in game one. So they have kept their same bans overall. It's up to DAHAKA to make a change, but no, they do not make a change at all in banning phase. At least they have the same first three bans: the Nocturne, the Swain, the Aphelios, out of the hands of Kagura, Sixes, and Abdo. So sorry, Kagura, Sixes, and Dead Eyes. So it's up to what now they do later on in this champ select phase for themselves. Now it's up to Tyson Warriors. They do have their first pick yet once again to lock in maybe that Ezreal, but maybe that's not what's on their mind, and instead they're instantly picking that Thresh for the namesake Thresh and buy over there, Kaka.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a salty run back from the side of DAHAKA, but Tyson Warriors have changed the script, picked the Thresh for themselves, first pick for them, Thresh Senpai playing that champion. I thought he was really great on the Renata anyway. Let's see what he can do on his main champion, as the Udyr once again is going to get locked for the side of DAHAKA, and DAHAKA then Zed just feeling himself on that champion, but it was really not a great showing in the previous game. The Tampkench is going to get locked as well. Could be support, most likely is support actually to answer the Thresh. Not sure if that's a counter. Of course, can be flexed towards that top side of the map as well. The Jarvan yet again for Dead Eyes, he was phenomenal on that champion in game one, and I really think that should have been banned from the side of DAHAKA in game two, but it is left open and it is going to get picked yet again for Tyson Warriors as they hover the mid control mages, the Hui, the Victor, the Syndra. It looks like Kagura might end up picking the Hui right here. Never mind, he's confused, but he goes for the Victor. So they are not changing too much from the previous game's draft. Are Tyson Warriors picking up the same champion as Jax is going to get locked blind for the side of DAHAKA right here, and if they don't ban the Malphite, there you go, they do ban with the Malphite. I think that was a really bad matchup for the Jax, but let's see, they might just ban out the On as well, as we saw in the last game. So you know, these sort of long range champions, I mean, in terms of engage and tanky as well. So yeah, the Akali is going to get banned as well. And what do you think of this Jax coming in really early on, Madness?
Yeah, I don't like a blind Jax pick. I like him counter in a lot of places. You do have a lot of, split foot potential, but this opens up so many more avenues for Tyson Warriors to go for this counter. Now, Kagura has got, that Victor that was left open. When in doubt, go for what you know and what has been working out. So he picks that up. As Kaga was talking about, the Ornn does come in as a band, as does the Galio with the Akali for Tyson Warriors. So they are more heavy focused on the mid presence, while the Aka are pushing for their top, right? So the Kagura wants champions that he can play against pretty well, and now it's up to what DAHAKA can do for themselves. Now, can you pick up that Axe, that a bit immobile champion, when you have a Jarvan on that side? Now, if you have a very good engage in the terms of the top, it's going to be very hard for you to move around. Now, Sixes is hovering that that champion for himself in the form of the Varus, and he is pretty deadly. I have seen this man on it, and it is what end up locked for him. So he is going to be looking to get off his not resets, but his stacks plus that damage. But DAHAKA's side is looking very tanky, if I don't say so myself over here, Gaga.
Yeah, DAHAKA looking very tanky, have a lot of damage as well as the Kasante, which was left open in the second ban phase right now, is going to get picked for the side of Abdo right there. The Fizz comes in for the side of Envy. I think that just broke the draft quite a lot for the side of DAHAKA. Now it looks like a solo queue draft coming in for them. And again, for the side of Tyson Warrior, just getting that such a strong, beefy frontliner in the top lane. Can't even speak right now. Jarvan as the engage, and then you have Thresh and Varus in the bot lane. I think they yet again have three really strong laners with a really heavily ganking jungler, and this does not bode well for the side of DAHAKA. The draft has just gone haywire for their side. I think they're just playing to counter the lane matchups right here, and I don't think that is going to work against such a well-oiled machine that is Tyson Warriors right now.
Yeah, and this does leave a lot of question. Now you have the Dom that can protect the Ash from a lot of things by just eating the Ash and throwing her in opposite direction that can save her. But now it looks like Tyson Warriors are very, very good, versatile. I like their comp very overall. As Kaka did point out, DAHAKA side looking a bit more like a rank kind of comp, especially with the Fizz. You don't see much of Fizz in this level of gameplay, but let's see what Envy can do. Maybe he's just choosing this to match up against the Victor and maybe try to show some lane dominance. But last time when they had chosen a champion like the Mordekaiser against the Malphite, even then he didn't get much solo kills, and all three lanes of Tyson Warriors were pushing in. So I just really want to see DAHAKA have a better level 1 in the bot side where the Ashe doesn't have to burn her sums very early on, which opens up a lot of paths that Tyson Warriors can take, and they have to deny a lot of the jungle objectives that Tyson Warriors will be going for very early on, because last time they just dominated in that scenario, got 4 of the grubs, had all 3 Drakes, had the Rift, had the Baron, just so much in their favor, just that you cannot be thinking about anything else than just trying to stop this. Darker than that, going back to the Udyr, not that much useful last time given the pressure that Tyson Warriors did bring around, and I would also like to see Twinsy come for an earlier rotate for those grubs that he did not do last time.
Yeah, 100%. And again, guys, if you do want to participate in these tournaments, do join our Discord channel, that is LOLINSA. The link is in the description. We do have a giveaway going on as well, so head to the channel, click on the reaction role, invite 3 of the new members, your friends or anyone that you know, tag them in the format that has been provided, and stand a chance to win the giveaway as well. We have a lot of activities going on the Discord server. If you are someone new who has just started playing, we have a lot of veterans who would be ready to help you in learning the game as well. So don't miss out. Follow us on our socials as well. The link again is in the description. And speaking about this game too, I mean, you did say that Tyson Warriors would end up winning 2-1, right? But I don't think even expected such a one-sided, onslaught in game 1. And going by the drafts, it looks like Tyson Warriors might just run away with this one as well, unless DAHAKA can somehow get that Fizz to 10-0 or something like that. And even then, it's going to be very dicey for the side of DAHAKA. So I think Tyson Warriors again looking very strong in terms of draft. Looking like the favorites as well, especially in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And last time we even seen Envy on that Echo on his first back, got that Dark Seal, did not amount to much. So now he has to try and snowball with that Fizz essentially for himself and for his team to provide any sort of potential in terms of damage, because the Ashe is going to take some time as well to scale up a bit after the Kraken, after maybe the Runes, depending on how she wants to build it out in this scenario. But yeah, that's it. And Sixes has been pretty dominant against any ADCs during this entire tournament. So as Kaka very rightly said, one of the better mid laners and better ADCs, at least in this tournament, on the side of Tyson Warriors, and they definitely showed it last match with Kaka going deathless, Sixes going completely legendary, 13-1, insane amount of damage as well. Sorry, 14-1, 13,056 damage per minute. That's just 1,356 damage per minute. Just a lot on his side that you cannot just negate. You have to be focusing him a lot. Also, the device he was left open. They tried to focus him in the 3 versus 2 bot side fight, but even then they could not do much, especially with the bailout with the Renata for the last kill for himself. Didn't work out. But now we do see Thresh Senpai on his namesake champion. He's on that Thresh. So let's see some crazy mad life kind of prediction hook plays for her would make this kind of spice it up. But we're also without the Malphite, a lot of less engaged, given how Abdo was going for it, combined with the Jarvan last time, did amount to a lot of stuff where the members of DAHAKA could essentially not move, and it was almost 2-0 down in the team fights before anything did work out. So now they have to make a bit of a slight adaptation, essentially, that's it. But you have Deadice once again on that Jarvan. An excellent performance by that man, almost all by all players over there. But Kagura once again on that Victor will be trying to show his dominance. If he does not let the Fizz get fed and does match him up evenly, seeing a very hard route for DAHAKA to come back in this series.
Yeah, 100%. And now they have the Thresh as well to engage, right? So the Renata sits on the deck, but Thresh is there with his hooks. I am really hoping Thresh Senpai will show us how to land those, death sentences onto the side of DAHAKA and ending their misery in this game too as well. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well. Of course, you spoke about Dead Eyes on that Jarvan. I really thought he was one of the standout players in, well, all five of them performed really well, but he was the one who got the ball rolling early on. He was the one who got the double kill. I mean, for his side, Tyson Warriors in the early game towards that bot side of the map had almost 100% kill participation, if not for the solo kills that happened towards that bot side. So Dead Eyes was looking really, really strong on that. Jarvan was the one who enabled Sixes to be the carry that he needed to be, and we spoke about the triple kill as well. I think it looked like men against boys in that game one, and I really hope that changes in game two, because that was painful to watch, and I'm sure it was even harder to play if you are from the side of DAHAKA, right? Grasshopper, the only one I think who did considerably well. He had good CS numbers, but again, he just could not get so far ahead that he had any sort of impact in the game. And with that, guys, we will be jumping into this game two of semi-final number two. That brush seems to be warded. Envy has decided to go in. Dead Eyes is there. Some sort of early game shenanigans, but nothing that's going to come out of it. Just looking at the runes and summoner spells right now, the ignite for the fizz. So now he really is looking to kill Kagura on this Victor in the mid lane, and let's see if he can achieve that, because it's really hard to kill that guy in the mid lane. Only the two deaths so far, and he is one game away from the finals. And that has been the story of the match as well in game one, but the game two has started madness. And yeah, speak to me, what is the win condition for DAHAKA?
Daga's winning condition, as we did talk about, is that phase early on. If he does get, a level 3 or level 4 earlier on, he can do something against this Victor, but already you can see that Kagura is putting on the moves. Grasshopper has taken lethal tempo, so he will be trying to go for, extended trades. You know that he did pick this before the Cassante of Tyson Warriors was picked, so Cassante did know what he was going into before the match. A nice counter-strike with the leap forward is a lot of damage onto Abdo, and Abdo has fallen below around 30% HP as we're trying to go. Wasa, you see that tongue lash nicely connecting onto Thresh Senpai, but they have complete prio of the mid lane. Envy is trying to go for exchanges against Kagura, is a level up right now, given how the minions have died, had procced the electrocute, but still was not the kind of damage he was looking for. He'll probably be waiting for that level 6 to probably go for an all-in before Victor can honestly do anything. But after being pushed in by the blind pick, Jax over here will be saying something about the picks of DAHAKA. Another electrocute pro from Envy, and now you can see he's winning those trades essentially, given that he has upper the CS and he's pushing Kagura a bit away from the wave. Now you can see Sixes is a bit far from anything that can happen, but Thresh Senpai with a nice hook onto the Dom. Dom flash gets burned. Another first blood for the side of Tyson Warriors, and that's the Dom going down to the hands of the Jarvan, and now Bolsey has to walk away from this fight. Not much he can honestly do, even though Sixes is one level behind. He's doing a lot of damage, but he's taking a lot as well. And Bolsey picks up the kill. A bit too overconfident for the side of the Varus, and a nice pick up for the Ash before she flashes away with around 1 HP for 7. From the Thresh gets the kill for the side of Tyson Warriors. Not the place you want to be backing as the Ash over there, and just action pack. Envy going in onto Kagura over here, but the flash away from Kagura is enough to keep him alive. But in the top side, Grasshopper gets a solo bolo on Cassante. The action is
action
not
does
stopping.
not stop. Yeah, the action does not stop. Right off the bat, the first blood comes in for the side of Dead Eyes in the bottom lane. And then Sixes gets a bit overzealous, ends up dying to the Ash, who ends up dying to the Thresh. The death sentence comes in the mid lane. Envy decides to go in, uses the ignite onto Kagura under the turret, uses his flash as well, and ends up dying himself. Oh my god, the action did not stop at all, and in all of that, there was a solo kill in the top side of the map as well. Grasshopper doing really well in the 1v1 so far, as Abdo Rising gets a good trade, and there you go. Darker than Z is going to get caught out right here. Does not have the flash. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, not much he can do. He can use that scuttle buff to try and run away, but the flag and drag does catch him out. I don't think you can run much away as the Udyr at this point. He has got a bit of spacing, but once the flag and drag comes up, but no, it chooses that Dead Eyes will choose that flash forward instead to secure the second kill for himself in this game. It's already 4-2 lead in the favor of Taiseng Warriors. 1.5k gold up. The lantern into the hook onto the dam is the pressure being put on over here. The E from the barrel. The shield gets popped by Twinsy, but nice play into the arrow from the Varus secures 6 is his first kill after his earlier mishap underneath the turret, and they are looking so dominant. Look at that CS difference as well. More than double the CS of the Ashe. Now the Ashe can't even step forward right now, and they're trying to freeze the lane as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson Warriors are just looking so good. 2000 goal lead already at 5 minutes. Again, Dead Eyes 2-0-1 on that Jarvan, just making things happen on the map. The CS difference, as you spoke about, 40 to 15. That is unbelievable towards the bot side of the map as they are still getting shoved in. Envy is
Ooh,
going to
nice
get
flash
caught,
big
actually
drag.
does not have his E up, ends up dying. Again, Dead Eyes just ever present everywhere on the map, getting kills for his team. And this is such a suffering for the bot lane of DAHAKA down. Never mind, Thresh has the flay actually up, I think, but is going to take a lot of damage as Twinsy goes in, is going to get death sentence and ignited, but they have the damage to finish off the Tam. Didn't think so. That was a very close trade. Twinsy played that really well, but amounts to nothing as Void Grubs, 2 of them will be picked up from the side of Dead Eyes actually. Kagura helping
Oh no.
his jungler right there, and the all out comes out from the side of Cassante, going to pick up the kill onto Darker Than Zed, and this has been horror for the side of Darker. Right, there's a Tamkins just barely surviving. Sixes might go down here. Oh, this is so close. Thresh Senpai now taking the damage. He is going to go down. The Tam is going to come in, has the Q. Six is going to dodge that, but dies to the arrows right there. Dead Eyes towards the top side of the map against Grasshopper, who looks like he might end up dying as well. I think that's a lot of team fights that we have going on right here as Grasshopper almost making it work, but the shield from Cassante is going to save his jungler. Never mind. That was a 1-for-1 trade towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, Dead Eyes goes down a bit, not anticipating after the counter strike into the W from the Jax, enough damage. The bot side, you can see a bit of a misplay from Six and Third Senpai. They thought they can do it. After the hook lands, they know that Engage can come out. Sixes didn't have mana for his Q, so not much he can do in that scenario. Bolzi picks up Thresh Senpai, then with his W gets the double kill for himself. So having a way better start as an Ashe in game 2 compared to game 1, but their kind of win con was this Fizz as well in the mid lane, and he is not having a fun time. He is a bit up in CS, has elected for the Dark Seal purchase as his first bag, but I don't think it's going to amount to much right now, given how Kagura is playing this lane and how Dead Eyes has been roaming legit every single lane. The ult channeled in from Envy, not much he can do to follow up after the gravity well was put around Kagura. He couldn't even move forward, nothing much can be done. We're talking about grubs, all 3 were picked up by Tyson, were in the top side. After that, Abdo with an amazing ultimate pushes Darker Than Zed right back into that Baron Pit zone. Not much you can do. You just go down on the point, especially when you don't have the flash. The Q from Sixes does land on Twinsy, but without the stacks from the W, not much damage coming out early on. And I really want to see Botsy trying to be doing something better for his team. Envy going in further right now onto Kagura, dodges the gravity well, dodges the ultimate damage for the majority of it. But the laser from Kagura as a fade away damage does a bunch to Envy as well. He did have the ignite in this scenario, but Thresh had by not landing the crucial hooks right about now, given that the jungler was close by and they could do something, but instead he's gone instantly on to that break. And now it looks like Daga have an inkling, and there's the Udyr. He's coming in for the exchange. Dresden-Pai has been caught by the enchanted arrow, but not much can be done. Botsy has to use his cleanse to jump out. The Cataclysm from Dead Eyes, enough to secure the kill onto the Udyr, and then goes down the Tom Kedge, and the Ashe has picked up 2 kills yet again for herself, but will go down to the hand of Sixes. A huge shutdown goal going into his hand, and the action, as we said, does not stop. Enough after that dragon fight for them to push in the lane in mid and get those kills at the bot side. Ashe did pick up 2 kills, but they had hand over a heavy shutdown to the side of the Varus.
Yeah, 100%. And let's get a replay of that as soon as we can, because you'll see that Jarvan did actually miss his flag and drag onto 2 people. I think if that had connected, that would have been a 3-for-0 right there. Just keep your eyes on the Jarvan. There you go. He places the flag but misses the Q. And I think that was pretty defining right there. Did use his ultimate to get a couple of kills for himself. As we see in the picture-in-picture, actually, the Jarvan is going to get caught doing the dragon, cannot take the lantern and is going to pay for it with his life. So DAHAKA actually doing really well in this early game as compared to the previous game. And the Thresh is going to get caught. The death sentence comes in. Sixes with the Blight stacks is going to finish up that kill. Sixes thinking of taking the plan to jump into the dragon pit, but never mind. The Ashe has caught the Varus. I think Sixes might have enough damage. There you go. He does. And he goes on a killing spree. Will have his Blade of the Ruin King completed pretty soon as well. The flash was essentially for nothing from the side of Bol XYZ TV, and again ends up dying. So all the lead that he had for himself, it's not doing too much to help him right now. And Sixes and Kagura, we spoke about these 2 guys in the previous game as well, and it looks like they will be the ones to carry this, as we see an all-in towards the mid side of the map. The Jarvan is there, Abdo Rising is there on the Cassandra as well, and that is going to be another death for the side of Envy on the fizz that he needed to snowball on.
Come to give his own death
as
well in this fight. He has flashed away, but I don't think even the flash stage at that point. The Tom gets caught out in the mid lane. It's a 3-for-0, and even more Tyson Warriors will be picking up even the entire 6 grubs at the back of that. Darwin taking complete revenge. You're getting got out of the Dragon Pit after these kind of kills over here. The phase just not working out for Envy at all right now. 0-3-0, as you can see, 0 stacks on the Dark Seal. After all, he has not got a kill or an assist, has died 3 times. Envy is trying to come here, does land the fish onto Thresh Senpai, but just not enough damage. The hook into the
Envy
plate,
just
the hook
spawned.
lands over there, and Envy goes down right about there. Now the jungler and the support have to come in. The lantern just there in time for Sixes to run away from the fight. He's trying to channel even more damage. They did pick up the turret for themselves. The hook lands onto the Tom into the flag in drag, and that's Tom going down for the 6th time in this matchup, and now the Ashe is running for the hills.
Does not have the flash. He's going to die as well. Can't run away from this situation. Sixes might end up getting 1 more kill for himself as he goes godlike. And this game again has been turned on its head completely in the last 2 minutes. Where Tyson Warriors have gotten so many kills, especially on Envy, who just died, spawned, and died again in the span of a minute. I think that was horror for him. And look at the goal lead, 7,000, 6,000 goal lead coming in for the side of Tyson Warriors at only 13 minutes. All 6 grubs picked up for them. I think this is looking just like the previous game 1, and that was pretty one-sided as well, as Kagura picks up another plate for himself. And I think we are in for a very quick series today, Madness.
Yeah, I didn't think it was looking that bad, given how Daga had started the match. It was much more even balanced compared to the first game, but then once again, after those 3 picks in the mid lane, just not much that Daga can answer back to. The goal lead has already, snowballed a bit out of proportion in the terms of, they have around 6.4k in their favor, and they're picking up turrets right now. You have all 6 grubs. These turrets met like butter, essentially. Darker than Zed here to protect the tier 2 in the mid lane, but yeah, just not much you can do. Envy trying to jump forward, but already has used his Ease. This hook does land. Nice prediction from Thirset by does pick up that. He does get the kill at the end of the day, but yeah, that's a kill as a kill. Sixes will probably be going down in this fight. The nice eat from
Yeah,
the
he's
top
dead.
saves his ADC, and that's
That's a huge
Sixes going
shutdown.
down in the mid lane. And that shutdown does go over to Bulls. He has more gold in his pocket. He did fall off a bit after the 5-0 start that he did have, but now once again back at 7-0, and this is maybe looking like a path that DAHAKA can take to maybe come back after these kind of mistakes from Tyson Warriors.
Man, I'm not convinced that it's going to happen though, as towards the top side, Apto looking towards an all-out, and the Jax is going to flash, uses his ultimate, might end up dying anyway. Abdo connects the Q3, gets the kill for himself, goes on a killing spree after losing his turret, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. And we spoke about the Ashe, but the CS numbers are just very poor for him, as he has been dying quite a lot as well, along with his mid laner and the jungler. So it's still going to be really hard for him to carry the game, as another hook connects and he is going to end up dying. And there you go. This is what we expect from the side of Thresh Senpai when he plays that Thresh, right? So no doubt about that. Another
Nice
hook
hook.
connects. I think Six is going to pick up another kill for himself. There you go. In a span of 30 seconds, 2 more kills for the bot lane of Tyson Warriors, who are looking really crispy right now.
Yeah, and pretty much Sixes will compare his Gitsu very after goes by. But the Envy was just a bit out in the fog of war right now. He's trying to bait in this. The fish does land onto Thresh Senpai. Damage not enough. Envy flashes forward, but I think Sixes will be going down. But nice, the hook does protect him a lot. But at the end of the day, he will be going down. But Envy gives up his life in exchange. The Catalysm from the Jarvan secures the kill onto the ground.
Okay, Thresh
Ash is
Senpai.
trying to do more, and Thresh Senpai just gonna be flexing that 61 mastery level on his side, and he's been landing good hooks. Like the last one against Darker Than Zed, right next to that minion, very nice pixel angle that he did. We're just about missing this hook right here onto the Ashe. If that connected, that was a very dead Ashe, because she had no summoners at that point. Nothing much you can do. She does have press the attack compared to the lethal tempo that nowadays we do see on the Ashe, but she did not do much right there in that fight, and this does allow Taiseng Warriors to pick up their first Drake of this match, which will be their camp deck. And now we do know it's going to be a Cloud Drake map, Cloud Soul map. But this is what DAHAKA's answering back with. They're picking up their own Rift Herald for themselves. So now they are trying to match it. They have the bounties up, so this provides some more goal feedback to them, but it's not looking like a very good situation for our boys from Bangladesh.
Not at all. I mean, the goal lead has not increased in the last 2-3 minutes, so I think that's some sort of saving grace for the side of DAHAKA, but I don't think that's going to help out in the long term anyway, as they don't scale as well as Tyson Warriors. Yeah, sure, the Jax can be the one who might outscale Cassante, but Cassante can get really tanky in these team fights. And look at him, he's already looking so strong. Uses the all-out, is going to flash away. Thresh Senpai is there, misses the hook, unfortunately, but Dead Eyes has his eyes
like
set on Darker Than Zed.
Onto the Udyr. Udyr is trying to fall back, has enough shield, but is forced to burn the flash. The nice ultimate from the Varus does connect on the Jax. It's an all-out brawl on the top side. The eat by the Damkins does save for a little while, but one by one, the members of DAHAKA fall. All that is left is the Ashe, and she's running from the hills. Nice enchanted arrow does land with the flag and drag into the altar from Deadeye, secures that kill, and that's an ace for the side of DAHAKA, for no members of Tyson Warriors going down, and this is looking like an even greater snowball compared to the first match right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's get a replay of that as well. Sixes did really well to kite out all the damage that was coming in. At one point, he was in the middle of, well, everyone right there. Beautiful ultimate connects onto the Jax, who will end up dying very early on. Envy comes in, uses the fish onto the Thresh, could not finish him off. Look at Sixes, repositions really well. Double knockup comes in from the side of Dead Eyes, who still had his ultimate, did not need to use it at all. Envy uses his E. Again, not able to finish off Sixes, who just dealt so much damage in the team fight. The enchanted crystal arrow comes in, connects onto the Jarvan, but to no avail at all, and that was a clean 5-0 and a 10,000 goal lead for the side of Tyson Warriors very early on. As we have another fight at the same place, Darker than Z going really low. The all-out is going to come in pretty soon from the side of Abdo Rising, but yeah, there you go, it comes out. Twinsy is going to die. Thresh Senpai looking for the hook. Might not have enough mana to get it though. I think Tyson Warriors can just go back towards the Baron that is going to spawn in 10 seconds, and there is nothing that DAHAKA can do about it.
Yeah, but I think Tyson Warriors have blood on their mind. They are chasing some
What's
of these
Darker
kills.
than Z doing there?
Very unknown what he's doing. He was trying to get maybe some of his chickens before he goes down, and this is him going down right about when the Baron spawns.
Another kill.
Senpai just taking that kill away from his jungler right there, flashing his much. He has 8 kills right now to his name, as long as with the 16 assists, and now with Dark Z being in that gray screen, this is where Tyson Warriors are looking to pick up that Baron for themselves. 6 assists here as well for the DPS damage. So now it'll be looking to get melted away, and I don't think you can answer this anyhow. Not much DAHAKA can do at this point. Twinsy trying to clear some wards, but yeah, this is just looking dire from the side of the Bangladesh boys. They're almost 10k behind in gold. The enchanted arrow does land, but no, the Baron does get picked up. Look at this, they're trying to go in. Grasshopper with a flash E engage does come in over his Counter-Strike does land, but that's Envy almost instantly deleted from our screens, as well as Grasshopper, and one by one, again, the members fall. 3 people from DAHAKA fall for none of Tyson Warriors, and now they have Baron buff. They can just easily push this mid wave, especially now that Drake is coming up. I don't think they even look at this point. They can push the mid, they can push the top. One guy maybe goes top side, pushes that for themselves, or bot, you can work it as you want instead of all 5 in the mid lane, but they're going to
I think this could be the end of the game right here.
Yeah, this could be looking like it, but their timers are pretty low still right now at this current season map, and all 5 members of DAHAKA will be coming up. So now I think now is where Tyson Warriors are like, no, let's yeet out of this situation a bit and maybe try and pick up this tier 2 for ourselves with this Baron buff.
Yeah, I just noticed something that you might not have early on. The Thresh Senpai does not actually have any sort of boots for himself, has 4 completed items instead. So that, I mean, I was like, why is he walking so slow? But he has been connecting all his hooks anyway, so I don't think we can criticize him at all. Maybe he'll look to buy those, maybe he just got very excited and did not end up buying them at all, as double kill comes in for the side of Sixes yet again. The Ashe is in no man's land, gets flayed. Jarvan going to pick that up. Dead Eyes yet again showing up big on that champion, and this has been such an onslaught right from the start of game 1. 0-9 Darker Than Z, 1-8-0 for Envy, only 1 kill participation, and his items don't help him at all. Black Fire Torch on a Fizz, I don't think I've ever seen that. So, I mean,
yeah, I don't think I've ever, and the Dark Seal buy just not coming in at all both games. The Barasol does land onto the Dom. The Dom is pretty squishy as well at this point. He doesn't have much, doesn't even have, you know, his Heart Steel completed for himself, so he goes down instantly in that fight. And this is where Tyson are looking to put this affair to sleep completely. All 5 members pretty healthy. They have the Baron buff. They are looking for the end. DAHAKA, with the last amount of their efforts, are not enough to stop Tyson Warriors winning this series 2-0 in your semifinals 2, and will be heading to face against Phoenix Gaming tomorrow in the grand finals.
Yeah, and this was very one-sided right off the bat, and Phoenix Gaming won 2-0. That was convincing in the scoreline, but that was a very close series. But this 2-0 just looks so one-sided, man. I mean, I'm at a loss of words right now. Tyson Warriors just showing up really big, especially Sixes and Thresh Senpai towards that bot side of the map. I think they are the duo to look out for. And please don't give Thresh Senpai his Thresh. I mean, that was just not fun to look at all.
Yeah, just not fun to look at all, as Kaka did say. Just what can you do in that scenario as the members of DAHAKA? You follow and come up against them pretty well early on, but just that's still not enough. Once you lost that fight around the grubs later on, there's the second spawning of grubs, not much can be said in that scenario. Just DAHAKA is just not going over, and you leave open that Jarvan yet again for Deadeyes, where he had a phenomenal performance on in game one. Maybe something you should be looking out for. Six is even performing very well on this Varus, even though he did fall behind early, give that 0-1 kind of lead that he did have. But Thresh Senpai, even without the boots, landing all the hooks, this man was pretty unstoppable, and repeatedly flashing that mastery as a side of BM a bit. So this man was so confident over here, and it's just a very dominating performance, almost the opposite of what we saw yesterday, right? We saw a very tight affair, towards the mid game between Phoenix and We Tried, but then it blew out towards the end. Over here, it just blew out since minute maybe 10. And Tyson Warriors very rightfully claiming themselves as the second grand finalist of the Harsh Khelraay Community Clash, and just props and shout out to the boys on that side, and just very well played.
Yeah, very well played. And again, they will get the ref leaderboard points, as well after winning and at least securing the second spot for themselves. But hey, I think they are looking like the favorites to win this one, as we will see in the crucial moments. And 20 kills, 20 minutes, I think we had almost 36, 37 kills coming in. So it's not like it was not an action-packed series, but it was just so one-sided. And Tyson Warriors making DAHAKA pay for every mistake and every inch that they, stepped on. I mean, it was just a horror for the side of DAHAKA, and especially Envy got outplayed right here, and I don't think he could ever come back into the series. Did finish with 1 KP in the second game, and some weird items on the Fizz. I thought this could be the turning point where the Ashe does get the double kill for herself, but it really wasn't. It did not really matter at all.
Yeah, it didn't. The Ashe did have some excellent plays in the early on, but just becomes, insignificant towards the later part of the game if the rest of the front line cannot protect you. If Twinsy just gets instantly melted as soon as he gets landed one hook by the side of Thresh Senpai, there's not much you can do over here. This fight is where, honestly, I think they've sealed the book. The last, nail in the coffin. Darker Than Z flashes even when you're pretty much dead in that scenario, and then Twinsy dies in the mid lane. Not much at all. Tyson Warriors not even focusing that much on jungle priors this time, except just going straight up for it. And Envy having a bit of a disastrous game, especially after that first death of his. He went instantly and bought a Dark Seal. Not recommending that scenario. This is where you see the Ashe shine a bit, does get double kills for herself. The Tom was picked as the counter to maybe save the Ashe. Did it a couple of times, but just was not enough later on. Not much you can do. Nice hook does land, forces Envy to completely dive in for the kill that allows Tyson Warriors to instantly pick up the trade for himself, and then you just jump onto this Tom. And Tom, I think, is the guy who got hooked the most, and almost every time he was hooked, he was meeting the gray screen. And in the top side, this fight was just not what DAHAKA was looking for. Jarvan didn't even have to use his ult, as it was
this was
well
a 5 for nothing.
out. Yeah, this was a 5 for nothing, as Kaka did say. And you see the Ashe trying to just run away, just not much she can do. Once her front line is dead, she just falls down. And just the amount of kills that Thresh has also picked up. I think if he had gone to other members of Tyson Warriors, this game would have been finished even further.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, he did provide so much utility. Had the Zeeks, had the Locket, had the Knight's Vow, even completed his support item, of course. Did not need the boots at all in this game. So that just spoke out to how insane this guy performed on the Thresh, and just connecting hooks at crucial timings every time. I think he was the biggest factor in this game too. And yeah, this was very, very clean series coming out from the side of Tyson Warriors, as we will look at the scoreboard. And I just want to see the goal difference right now, Madness, as we wait for it right there. 36k to 51,000. 10 turrets to 2, a dragon apiece, but everything else was picked up from the side of Tyson Warriors, except for the Rift Herald, which I really did not even see where that was used, and such was the story of the game.
wouldn't even use it for anything of significance, given that we don't even recall it in this scenario. But yes, that's just huge goal difference, almost the same time as the first game that they did take 23 minutes to that 14 seconds. Just dicing dominance essentially in this scenario. Just not much DAHAKA was looking up to, and they were falling behind. Maybe just having a bit of an off day. But once you give Thresh Senpai that thresh and the hooks that he was landing, this man didn't even need boots, as Kaka did very well point out later on. Even I had failed to notice this. The man was moving slowly, but I wasn't even questioning because he was just landing everything that he had to go for. And I think the best hook that I did see from was that pixel angle between the minion and Darkness and Zed that he did land on. Just cinema, absolute cinema from this man, and just very, very well played. And I think the crucial MVP of this game right here has to be none other than the man that we have been boasting about throughout this entire game too, and it has to be Thresh Senpai over here, Kara.
Yeah, as a support, if you're dealing more than 400 damage, I think that's worthy anyway of getting the MVP. But 8, 2, and 23 had the highest kill participation. Not too bad in terms of gold as well, almost 9,000 for the support. These stats really favor, of course, the ADCs and the APCs, but if you just go into the performance, this guy was a knock above everyone else in the previous game, and both him and Six is just performing admirably throughout the series, and well deserved for the side of Thresh Senpai. I don't think he will be getting to play that champion tomorrow at all.
Yeah, and even if he didn't get it like in game one, the man showed a very excellent Renata from his side. So I do not doubt this man at all, even if he doesn't get this champion, and he knows how to play it against it. So it's always going to be open unless the opponent team does ban it away from him. Not much you can do. With that being said, guys, we've talked a lot about all these players, but let's see how they rank amongst the top 5 summers of this tournament so far over here in the Harsh Khelraay Community Clash. And as you can see, we have 2 of those 2 members right here. Kagura still with just those 2 deaths he had from yesterday as well. Just all that has increased is his kills. So that's just what you can talk about this. And even Sixes, talk about him. Only 6 deaths so far, 40 kills for him. Just excellent numbers. And the other 2 boys that they're going to be facing tomorrow are going to be Booyah and the Shy Boy, and that's where they're competing against. So out of the 2 teams tomorrow, 4 of the members from the squads, 2 from Phoenix, 2 from SENG, are right here in the top 5. And I think even the last member of We Try that's over here, Anubis, will be slightly edged out, given that there'll be more games as well tomorrow.
Yeah, 6 deaths for Sixes. I do not think that's a coincidence. I think that guy has just been dying at will to just make it look cool right there. But as you said, top 4 summoners will be facing each other tomorrow. A huge difference in kills, but only the 8 deaths combined for the side of SENG Warriors carries right there. I think that is phenomenal, and it's going to be a great matchup tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that the ladder will change, the rankings will change a bit, but not too much. I think we should expect the 4 of these guys to stay up there. And yeah, what a match that's going to be tomorrow, right? Phoenix Gaming versus SENG Warriors, especially after what SENG Warriors just did to DAHAKA today. And honestly, Phoenix Gaming as well, they had a very close series, 2-0, but they look phenomenal as well. I am not too sure who is going to take that one, but guys, do join the Discord server. That is LOL-INSA. We do have an RP giveaway going on. Just join the channel, react, and just invite 3 of your friends to join in the server, and you can win the RP. So don't miss out on that. Again, just can't wait for tomorrow madness.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, also we do have a streamer event that's going to be coming up from the 23rd, 25th. So that's also you don't want to miss out from. These are the kind of things that you will be up to date if you were on the server. If you're not, please do join it, and you will also be following how as we are. But that being said, guys, let's talk a bit about tomorrow. Like Phoenix Gaming against SENG Warriors. One had a bit, steady kind of series. The other just full out dominance. And now it's going to be a battle between the 2 macro calls, because Phoenix Gaming had amazing macro calls for them. So that will be the grand final tomorrow, guys. So do not miss out anyway for that. And with that being said, that's all from us between me, Madness, and Kaka for today. And we will be seeing you tomorrow.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.